Impala to the devil. Okay, not devils. Lovely children. We'll see them on the way back. We're coming back this way. We're heading south, as we do on fairly often. There's one road between our base and the entrance to the reserve, or our entrance. It's not the main entrance. It's not the entrance that guests come in. This is our entrance, and it's the owners of this property's entrance. The Thornybush is made up of many different properties, and this particular property owned by a gentleman from Woodspray. Anyways, this access road, or this entrance road, nice little north-south road from the gate to our camp, divides this little southern region up. And this morning there were elephants in there, as there were yesterday morning and again yesterday afternoon. However, late in the afternoon the elephants decided they were going to go back down to the river, heading north. We are going to see if they change tactics today. Maybe they decided to go west, in which case they would cross this road. So far I'm not having any luck. Having said that, they do sometimes cross the road right at the gate. Yeah, it's just cold front, it's just cold wind blowing. Might even have to put on my fleece a bit earlier. I didn't bring my buff either. Oh well, what to do. Make do without. Shiver. Shake. You are able to call us, no, not call us, email us. Can't call us. Phone switched off, I think. You're able to email us at questions@wildearth.tv. And then Brian will send that in to me and let me know what you're asking, what you're saying. Let me know if you're watching, especially my mom in Devon. Might be watching for the first time. With cousin Alicia. So no elephant, signs of elephant. No elephant, no signs of elephant. So we go back to the beginning. Actually we could just do this little road. We might lose signal just briefly, just briefly. For a second. The Egyptian geese at this little fan. Interesting. I don't really want to get them to fly. I hope they're just going to maybe walk down the other side. Nice little home they've got here. Not very much water, but safe enough. If they were to have goddings, they could still possibly get into the middle of this little pond with their goslings. Reminds me of a very sad tale I witnessed in Tanzania last year. Stop and talk to these impala that are here, and we can listen. Maybe hear some trees breaking. Branches breaking. Maybe we can hear some signs of these eddies. Fortunately, we do have a bit of a breeze coming in from the southeast, and that will bring the sound of elephants feeding if they are feeding on heavier vegetation. David, I found my binoculars. Yes, there they are. What had happened is they'd fallen inside here like that, gone right deep into the dashboard. And I panicked for an hour or so because they weren't anywhere where they normally would be. Now, ordinarily, every day of my life, I wear them on my hip in their pouch, but I need quick access to them, so they fit in the special place. Land Rover makes this thing. In the old days it used to be an ashtray for smokers, but nowadays it's a special little recess for Leica 10 by 25 binoculars. You know, they should give you a pair of Leicas when you buy a Land Rover. I suppose the Zeiss might fall through and the other top brand of binoculars, the Swarovskis, might just not, they might be a bit big. But yes, thank you, David. I found them. I did panic. Somebody stole my binoculars. You're right. Like you can feel it. We have a security force of lions and elephants and hyenas and buffalo and other wild animals. What's up, young man? Sneaking around to go back to your mother. The rest of the herd is just behind this little clump of long grass. And he was with the bachelor herd, and I think now that the mating season is over, he's probably trying to sneak back to his mom. And pretty soon we'll be seeing mixed herds. Moment, some of the herds are still separated, with the bachelor herds apart and the dominant ram still taking over groups of females such as this one. They are a little bit spread out. They're also in fairly long grasses. Hello, speckers, what did you got to say for yourself? There's a ram, in fact. Now he would still be keeping the young boys and the older boys at bay, the bachelor herd. All the little boys, like the one we just saw, about 18 months old, would be the first winter. Well, they are only... Their first winter last year, they would have stayed with the herd during the mating season, because they would have been too young to pose a threat to the dominant ram. But this year, they would have been pushed out. And some of them don't really like it. Some of them still want their mommies. I still want my mommy. Adam. Hello, how's it? Not Adam. the termite mound there, some of them sticking their heads up. Haven't heard any signs or sound. So we'll have a look on the river. Maybe they're headed south again. Have a look down on the river and see if they're down. I'm really not in the mood for a lot of driving today. I'm in the mood for just sitting with a herd of elephants for an hour or two. Another pride of the carpet flower. Same stalk that we had one the other day. The only one of all the pride of the carpet that I've seen here at Thornybush. The only one that still has a flower. And a couple of days ago there was a different flower. There's still some other buds there that are still going to be opening up. That one still has its stamens on. Hello, gecko. Run away. Wolf gecko. Okay. Manga John. The buffalo. Manga John. Manga John is a fact. Manga One is a good jackal. Doesn't sound like too many guys out here this afternoon. So far I've only heard 2 voices. Good thing. Long weekend is over for a lot of people. Heading back to the city, I would imagine traffic is pretty tight at the moment. Heading back to the cities. What you looking at, monkey? Soon to be my second worst time of the year in the bush. School holidays. Winter holidays, July. Is there a difference between what the elephants eat in the winter months as opposed to what they eat in the summer months? This is Gail in Rhode Island wanting to know about elephant diet in the different seasons. There is somewhat of a difference, Gail. Yes, there is a difference in nutritional value of different plants in the different seasons. In the winter months, you find them eating on a lot of roots, dry roots. Well, not dry roots. The trees have lost their leaves, so there's not much nutrients in the crown of the trees. A lot of the trees store their moisture and nutrients in their roots, and the elephants know this because they get to the roots of the trees. They would eat a lot more grasses. Funny enough, when they're eating grasses in the summer months, they'll pull up a clump of grass and they'll bite off all the leaves of the grass and they'll drop the rootstock. And in the dry season, they do it the opposite way around. In the dry season, they'll pull up a clump of grass, they'll shake, they'll slap all the sand off of the roots. They're slapping their trunks either on their chests or on top of their heads or on their sides. They'll slap the root ball around a little bit, get all the sand off of it, and then they'll bite all the dry leaves, grass leaves off and eat the rootstock, because the rootstock of the grasses is where all the nutrients are. There are still some leaves that they eat, and they will eat a lot of bark, because bark also holds a lot of moisture and nutrients. Branches too. But yes, I guess to answer your question, there is considerable difference in the parts of the trees. Maybe not so much the type of trees or the species that they're eating, but certainly the parts of the trees that they're eating. They don't eat so much on some of the bush willows. They don't eat so much on the leaves and that in the summer months, but they certainly get to the roots in the dry season. And that's pretty much all they feed on around my place. It's combretum root and raisin bush, bark. I think we're going to have to come back to this road again, unless we go up the fence line once more. Doesn't look like the lilies have come out of there yet. 11 ways to go before we get to the fence. on camera. Brian in final control, everyone. I wonder, maybe I didn't say that at the opening. Thought I did. Hello, young ram. Mr. Marla. Okay. No sign of the elephant coming out of that forest. So what we're going to do, take a little drive down the boundary. Opens up into a nice floodplain. City of Atherton. the Everca Road. old open road. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, the buffer zone. Only on the main road. Yeah, now that track should be somewhere here. Take us inland. This is the edge of our island. Island of Thornybush. Hope this is going to pay off. It's going to be rather difficult driving through this bush where the track is going to be, but it isn't yet. For half of it. Half of it's been opened up. And also wondering if I'm even going to find where it is. I think we might have passed it somehow. That easy to see. Fresh feeding here. Buffalo tracks. Brian, I can't hear you. Hang on, Brian, please. One's down and one's filthy down. Not in my jurisdiction. Okay, you'll have to go again because the other radio started as soon as you did. Morning, Tora. Over in Charlotte, North Carolina. I think I've missed this road. Oh, no, wait, it's just after this little kink in the fence. That's right. It's just after this kink. Charlotte wants to know if we have a fence around the camp where we stay, where our base is. No, we don't. I think to know also what are the regular visitors we have. Well, lately there have been some buffalo. Giraffe. I suppose the most regular visitors are the monkeys that keep trying to break into the kitchen and go through the trash. I had one in my room the other day. I'm convinced, clever little boy, sat on my windowsill, studying everything in my room, earmarking the one thing that he would go in when if he got a chance to get in. See, here's the buffer. Earmarking the one place, one thing that he would get if he got in, and he did. He got in, and he missed most of the goodies that I have in my room, but he did take one packet of biscuits that he must have been aiming for, because I saw him dash out of there a couple of days ago as I was going back home off the drive. Fence is shorting out over there. See, we're almost at the gate. Go a little bit further, we get to the gate. Lately we've had two or three buffalo that are in camp. Regular visitors, there's a family of Nyala that are regular visitors. This morning there was the zebra and wildebeest that we see fairly often were just outside of camp. They didn't come into camp. And this herd of elephant that I'm looking for right now have been in camp a good few times in the last week or so, during the night. Baboons have come through, the trooper baboon that roosts down on the river. They come through periodically. Here it is. Pardon? Yeah. All roads. Almost non-existent roads. All tracks that's slowly being opened up again. So that they're going to bring it to the fence. Hopefully they'll maybe take it back up to there, the big trees at the old homestead. Brad. Robert. Place with a bit of a tight squeeze. Oh no, that's not going to work. Go a little bit more this way. Not going to work. We can do. Try this way. Climb over. This not my help. Then let's think of another way through. Right. Try a better angle. I'm going closer to the beach. Yeah, but now what do I do? It's all very well, Becky, but now where do I go? I can't hear you. I've got a Nicholas Saffron from my face. I think I just ate a few spiders. No, I wouldn't do that. Thank goodness for short wheelbase Land Rovers. Maneuverability is unsurpassed. Okay, that's one obstacle. There's still a few more obstacles we have to get through on this road. So look at the speed feeding in there. I can see some broken branches. By now they've crossed the river and they've got north. We're going to stop soon and listen. Stop, look, listen, look left, look right, look left again. Oops, mind the hole. Yes, right. Hello, man, Buffalo. Helen and Dav. We had any updates on the lion kill this morning? Yes, we had an update this morning on the lion kill this morning. It's not going to be great with all these grass stalks. Hello, old man. Okay, never mind. You don't have to lift your head and say hello. Don't eat the lobelias. Got a few little lobelias in his face there. You can eat the grass, but leave the flowers. Now that they finished the kill this morning and moved on, and by about 8:30 or so, they had moved away from the kill and they'd moved through one of the camps and into a very deep drainage line where the vehicles couldn't get to them. So nobody got to see them after a while. All those 7 vehicles that were waiting to see them didn't get to see them. And there are currently some guys looking for them. So far without luck. So they probably are in that drainage line. Very green and wet. In fact, the ground is still wet. It's a bit of a steep line. So there's some really good grazing here for him. Go ahead. I can do that, yes. I'll do it after I get out of this sticky situation. I'm still not hearing the elephant. We've got to move on a bit more. It's a bit weird. Okay, copy there. Looking at me out the corner of his eye. Hello, man. Happy Father's Day for yesterday. That's the ticks in the corner of his legs, underneath his legs, inside of his legs. Oh, he's a tired old man. What, is it because I'm looking inside your legs? Gonna bed down for the night probably. Okay, let's leave the old man. Thank you, Squire. I'm the lion. Quite a contented buffalo. Bye. We'll leave you in peace. Bye. Looks like he's been here for some time. Dung here from him from different ages, different times. See, this grass has been grazed quite extensively. Patch of green grass, quite a wet area. shows how much water there still is just at the surface, just trapped in the soil. That's what I was worried about. This section where it goes back against the flow of the water. Brian's saying I can't find another card again. Is it in the camera? Only one card in the camera. Come up for a berry. Get a commiferous to grow. Elephants have hammered all the commiferous at home. One of the first trees that people go for. They get to the roots of the commiferous. Cats make when they're having cubs? Do they dig something or hide them in bush? Depends, Mary Jane, and really it depends on the terrain, depends on the cat, depends on many different things. Once again, a depends story. Elephant tracks finally. Hello children, I'm on your tail. I'm on your tail. In some places where there are rocky outcrops, they find rocky caves or overhang. In some places they might use, leopard might use termite mounds, burrows in termite mounds. In most cases they use very thick bush, drainage lines, deep donga systems. There's no real set pattern that I could say, well, they will do this or they will do that. Within their territory, they will utilize whatever good hiding place they can within their territory. They wouldn't go out of their territory to go out of their way to look for something special. Funny how the elephant has eaten all these helomalotti. Some tracks heading north, but now nothing. It was headed that way. Time maybe to stop and listen again. Elephant! Tambo! Rafiki Tambo! Here's one of my favorite questions. Hello, Blake in Kansas. If I'm walking on foot and I encounter buffalo, what is the correct course of action? Stay safe. And you all know what's going to be the first word out of my mouth after I say what's going to be the first word out of my mouth. I'm not even going to say it. There's some fresh leaves. Haha, trick leaves. Fresh broken leaves. Cycle. These were here. Haven't heard them yet, but they're convenient. Blake, it's a very difficult question. It's not a difficult question. It's an impossible question to answer. Because there isn't one answer to that. I've been asked so many times throughout my life, what do you do if you encounter a lion or an elephant or a buffalo? All the different animals people want to know. And I understand why people want to know. But every scenario you could possibly think of will not be the scenario that actually happens when you do bump into a buffalo or an elephant or a lion or a very angry leopard. And every time you do, the circumstances are different, that it's never the same thing twice. The other thing is that there's no time for thinking, there's only time for action. And when you've done it a lot of times, you instinctively just tend to do the right thing. 9 times out of 10, animals will run off, but it also largely depends on the proximity, on your proximity to them. You see, animals have different zones around them. The first zone that you enter in when you encounter an animal is their comfort zone. Their comfort zone can vary, and the comfort zone will vary depending on the species. It will depend on the individual within that species, and it will depend on the terrain, it will depend on the temperature, it will depend on the weather, it will depend on the wind, it will depend on the density of vegetation. So there's so many depends just on that comfort zone alone. And normally when you enter an animal's comfort zone, they will move away, generally speaking. You give them the opportunity to get out of your comfort zone and increase their own comfort zone. Should, perchance, you encounter an animal accidentally within its comfort zone, you are suddenly within its danger zone. Now that particular zone can get a little bit hairy, and once again, the distance of the danger zone, the size area that an animal considers its own danger zone varies depending on the species, depending on the individual within the species. But even then, I might add that even an individual, and I've noticed this with elephants because I walk into the same elephant often, or I have it past, in that one day it's 20 meters and another day it's 120 meters. So to be able to say, well, what you're going to do if you walk into a buffalo is an impossibility, because you don't know what the buffalo is going to do, and you have to mostly really react according to what the animal is going to do. Generally speaking, you stop, quiet, stop if possible. I don't even want to, I can't answer this because it depends what that buffalo is doing. There's so many different scenarios. Let me put it to you this way, Blake. But that's the road that's closed.
Sorry, a little bit south.
I've looked, I've driven, but we can try. Another old man lying down. Are you going deaf, dude? Hello? Another bus, a bit skittish. You not gonna budge this old man. I will leave him be. Leave him in peace. The younger bud leering at us from the bushes. How's the Brad go ahead? I'm going in circles looking for them. Still not pick up no tracks. I've been in the tracks. I've been along the fence line. No audio even. Yeah, I'm still looking though. I'll let you know. Go ahead, John. No, there's some in Yari at Alpida Pan. Other than that, nothing else. Some tracks going this way. Just on those Ingram Konzo, looked like she went on to Nyaleti and then sort of headed northeast. And then somebody said this morning a Konzo was on the fence line up towards Malawan Gate. Possibility that I've missed the track somewhere. we'll get back to the east side later. For now, see if we can find any other signs of them. Anything fresh on them. Hello Blake again. Blake likes my hat. Wants to know if it's a Stetson. No, it's not. I have never worn a Stetson. I guess I've just never had a Stetson because I've always had. This is an Australian hat, Blake, known as an Akubra, A-K-U-B-R-A, Akubra. Better than Stetson. Oh, better not say that too loud. Yeah, too late. Out of my mouth. Around the world. Daslow's got a Stetson. But this is an Akubra. Google it. Best hats in the world. Only because I've always worn Akubras and they seem to weather very well. Made out of actually it's rabbit fur. Has to do something with all the rabbits in Australia. Yeah. Well, when you have an alien species of animal that's destroying your country, then you've got to find something to do with it. It's not rabbit skin, it's the fur. Load of shaved rabbits running around. Yes, they only do it in summer. Like they shear sheep. They shear rabbits too. There's little mini shears. That's for the youngsters so that they can practice shearing, so they can learn how to. Stop talking nonsense now. Australian viewers are not going to see shit. However, until the day they start making raincoats out of cane toes. No, that's not nice. I try not to think about the rabbits. funny. I believe the Stetson, it looked like when I looked at Laszlo's Stetson, his Stetson was made out of wool, pure wool. Similar process actually. I thought today was the day I was going to come around the corner and there'd be a leopard in the road. Might still happen. Indeed. Not this corner though. I think there's elephants hiding. Put their head in the sand and they're hiding away. On this corner. Now the leopard isn't dying. I only thought it was twice. Okay, but please let me know because then I'll be what I need. Something that's not there anymore. These birds. ours fine. Sometimes when I'm on foot or when I'm sitting at home, I get the same thing happening, and the birds actually take me to the predators. Or if it's an owl, just by calling me, the owl flies away, and then the birds, much like they get relieved that the owl is out of their territory, and they carry on feeding around me. I've had times when I've had birds actually come and sit at my feet. I've played bitterly until I follow them, and then they show me a puff adder. And if I hadn't seen it, I possibly would have stood on it. There's a white-browed robin chat in the Okavango Delta that I lived. But I used to give them treats. Well, unintentionally. What it was I inherited a squirrel by the name of Fritz. He was living on the island when I arrived there. And Fritzy had never been with other squirrels, so he never knew that he could eat marula. I had to show him how. Well, I couldn't show him how, but I showed him how tasty they are. And he'd sit for hours trying to get into a marula nut, and he couldn't, so I'd break them. I'd crush them on bricks where we used chopped firewood. And the two robins that were actually nesting in a tree. They had a nest that was at eye level in the sausage tree, overhanging branch. And after a while, I noticed that the robin close calls little Fritz. And then I'd have the robins sitting next to me waiting for their share. And then I'd sit there, and then when there was a snake, they'd come and call me. And there was a white-browed scrub robin in Okavango, in Tarangire, Tanzania, that used to come and call me if there were snakes in camp. And at home I had 6 quadratruses that were nesting. I got some beautiful films of them feeding their chicks. And they tasty footage. Grainy. Hello, Carrie. How's Carrie today? I seem to know if the sunbirds go to warmer temperatures in the winter months like the hummingbirds do in the US of A. No, Carrie, they don't. Sunbirds pretty much stay here all year round. I had a pair of white-bellied sunbirds nesting outside my door. Another thing I managed to get on film. What was so incredible about that was that they were building their nests inside the web of a community nest spider. It was the most remarkable thing. And they did it again last summer, but I was in Tanzania when they did it. Because what happened was the spiders they'd come and they'd push mafani leaves and mafani seeds to expand the web, and then at night, because they're nocturnal spiders, at night the spiders would come and spin silk over the outside of it. Now sunbirds are known to use silk. In fact, not known to, they do. In nesting, at times of nesting, you find sunbirds coming under the eaves of houses. I even have them coming into my house to find cobwebs and spider webs, because they use the spider webs to sew their nests together. And this was an industrious young pair of sunbirds that decided, instead of going out and collecting silk, why don't we just build the nest where the silk is, and then every evening the spiders reinforced the outer bit of the nest, and then they'd come in the next day and they'd start pushing more leaves into it. It was weirdest thing, because when I first saw it, they'd only just started, and I saw a sunbird. I came out of the house and the sunbird flew away from the web, the social spider web. It's right outside my door. So I could stand inside and just look through the crack and film them without them knowing. And I thought, oh, they're stealing silk from the spiders, but it wasn't. And then I noticed that they were bringing leaf material and pushing it into the spider web. But they don't nest at this time of the year. Gosh, excuse me. My brain is cooling down, and I've put my shirt over my microphone wire. Hello, little boy Impala, and the little Daker, little boy Daker, little boy Impala. Get the Daker through the grass there. You can hardly see it. Hello, Dina. Illinois, I think. Picture of the tiny owl I was holding. That was who? Who? The owl's name was Who. It was a young Scots owl. Hey, Jonga. Yes. Finally we get a Daker with an Impala in the background. You can see the size difference, and that's still a young, very young Impala too. Come out of there, Daker. Come on. There we go. There's a little Daker boy. Not so little actually. Horns will still grow a little bit, but now you see what I mean. See, his horns are straight. And the skull that I found, that I'm sure is a Daker, horns are curved forward. Flies bugging him. I found another yellow-throated longclaw that landed in a bush behind it. Daker do very well here. Probably more common than Impala. Not in numbers, but certainly in distribution. Okay. Now, believe it or not, I'm still trying to find signs of these aliens. Only because I like to keep track of them so that tomorrow morning I can find out where to go and look for them. So far, not having any luck. At all. So Dina, there was a young Scops owl when we was filming, when we were doing our broadcast from Zuma a few years ago. I'll never forget Jess, who was the chef, the head chef, friend of mine, came to me and said, Mark, there's a baby owl on the ground at the lodge. I said, I'm not interested. Maybe we'll take it off. I can't look after an owl again. I can't bear the heartache of raising a baby animal and then having it taken by a predator. I can't deal with that heartache anymore. But, of course, I had to go to the lodge for something, and then walking out, there it was, the riverside. To look after itself. And with all the foot traffic of all the guests, I doubt whether the parents would have come and fed it. Nonetheless, ended up in my room. Sometimes I was eating a little bit of beef mince. Trying to give it a bit of chicken, but Paula told me that beef mince was better protein. Paula knows best. She's a falconer. She's raised owls, I think, before, and falcons. And he grew to be a really lovely little owl. And then one day he just disappeared. One evening, we were out filming. Mark Williamson was there with Lara, his wife, from Australia. We were filming some termites. I'd love to know what happened to that footage with the termites. The termites were big, and a big termitarium. And I brought back a Tupperware full of termites and it was rather unusual circumstances. How he suddenly could open the door and fly out through my door and then through FC door. He had two doors to go through. But I obviously was broken-hearted, and obviously it was upsetting. But I was hoping that maybe he was old enough. He was flying and he was feeding him. I was throwing grasshoppers and things on the ground for him to catch. He was catching them and killing them and eating them. So I was hoping that he did fine. He or she, wasn't really sure. Which it was, he or she. Hello, Marjo. Are you back at home already? I thought you were still with Tara. Marjo Mark from the Netherlands was out visiting. Waka waka torch. Thanks, Marjo. Look at those hornbills there. I don't know if that's going to work. Oh, there's a pair of data. Mother and child running away. I'm going to listen for elephants. Marjo's asking, how do elephants make their noise? With their vocal cords or with their trunks? Well, both, really. They have a very advanced vocal cord, very similar to ours, that operates with warm, moist air coming from the lungs. they're able to make their noises, but they'll trumpet with their trunks using their vocal cords, but having the noise come out of the trunk. Hornbills are not very happy. They look a little bit sad and dejected. They all tucked up. I suppose they're getting ready for the night. Can't hear a thing from these early. Yeah, I was hoping we would. I just didn't want to do it live. Otherwise, we do it first thing in the morning. Yeah, I was hoping maybe if we lost signal, I could do it. Might just be a little bit weird doing it live. Just taking gain on cam. It would be nice with sunlight. What do you think? Light good enough?
We don't have any gain on, but it's quite flat.
No, it's a bit flat because there are no shadows or anything. We'll do it first thing in the morning as soon as the sun comes up. What is... Hello, Nadav. Wanting to know if the honey guide bird is true. Can you follow it to honey? It is indeed. So much so that sometimes when I'm doing walks, oh my word, when I'm doing walks, I have honey guides that become so insistent on me following them that they bug us and they make so much noise for me on a walk that it becomes impossible. And sometimes I just have to turn around and go the other way. And sometimes they get even more insistent when I'm... But sometimes I just happen to be walking in the direction they want me to be in, and then if I turn around and go the other way, they'll fly right in my face and say, no, you're going the wrong way. No. Chirp, chirp, chirp. I've just found on my dashboard one of the most incredible praying mantises that I've ever seen. Never seen this species before. But what I want to do is I want to get to a place where, it's a herd. Look at it. It's here on my gauges. But I'm going to try and get it. It is, wow, it's something else. So what I want to do, hello Impala. Why didn't you go and chase the elephant out for me? Come children, cross the road. All of you. Come on. All of you. Come on. Yeah, and you too. Yes, and you. Come on. Now don't stand there looking at me. Come across the road. Yes, yes, you. That one there at the back. Thank you very much. Good night, children. I'm getting tucked under this bush. Let's go up to that old homestead and see if we can see a sunset. It's going to be pretty, so we want to see it. I don't know where the Ellies are. What's they're laughing at me. And then I can somehow do something with this rather incredible mantis. I mean, I've seen ornate mantises, and I've seen plain grass mantises. I've seen all manner of mantises. Mantises are one of my favorites. I don't know if we're going to see the sunset. gonna see it from here. Much as I'd love to. Maybe behind the bear. Not even. Maybe through that. That's not going to be great. The power line. No, but then we don't get the whole. Okay, where's the stick? Come on, my stick. Sorry, I'm touching the microphone because I want to get this mantis on a stick. There we go. This is incredible. Find the mantis and win a Datsun. You're on the sunset. Go climb up the stick. Go up the stick. Go on. Go up the stick. Then I can put it there and take a photograph. There we go. There's a nice sunset. Sorry there are no elephants in our sunset, everyone. Can you climb up a bit more, please? Card error. What card error? Card error. Come on, climb. Oh, now my camera's not working. Find once in a lifetime praying mantis and the camera doesn't work. straight at me. Put your hands down a little bit. It's boxing me. There, into the boxing stump. There. I'm intrigued, and I'm intrigued. Anyway, I should have a couple of decent photos that will appear. I'm going to put a few of them on. I've got some lovely shots with that blurry sunset color in the background, and they'll be on my. I'll maybe put one on then on the Thornybush page. Just by the way, we're using the page Thornybush Private Nature Reserve. I know there are one or two other Thornybush pages, but that's the one we use. Thornybush Private Nature Reserve. Right. Last little bit of light. Let's see what we can find. See if we can find some trace of these tachyderms. Campbell. What is that about? Okay, let's do this. Just so that in case the photo is the best or very often you'll find me wearing a praying mantis on my head. There used to be a swimming pool here. So that's where the house went, to the swimming pool. Yes. That's the bear. Hello James, wants to know about our mantises compared to the mantises over in the US, saying that in the fall they tend to go into south-facing walls and protected areas. Look at that heavy bank of cloud, that's probably over my house. No, it's not the same here, James. I think here things do tend to take on northern facing things to get warm in the mornings because we have the sun in the north. Excuse me. The sun is in the north right now. But no, we don't have these. Oh, probably just busy. Okay. Since we still have a lot of insect activity, we don't get snow and ice, and the days are still warm. Some mantises are still quite active throughout our winter months. Woodrow here. Are you warming up? No. I didn't know the stick was picking up so hard. No, the stick's gone. I put it backwards. I don't know. Anyway, I'll find it in the back. It's going to be in the car. Sorry, man. Just really blown at this time. It's got to be here somewhere. I'll find it when we sign off. No, the elephant didn't go away. It doesn't look like it. Oh, Billy's family is coming back up from the waterhole. 3 so far. No more, only the 3. Oh, it's on my head. Okay, some happier on my head. Haven't lost my mantis, it's on my head. There's another one. Another one and another one. Same family, so Billy should be with the slot. Those 3 adults come through. There's 2 and just Billy and his mom now come through. As you tend to always be at the back. Where's Billy's mom? Where's Billy and Billy's mom? Maybe further in. There she is. That's the bull. So then we missed Billy because the grasses were long. That's Billy's daddy. Billy's dad. Mr. Wallabies. So we possibly missed Billy with those other 3 that just came past. Hello, Carlo. Where's the elephant? We're being challenged by a wildebeest. Hold on, Becky. Me too. Especially with that piece of grass sticking out of his mouth. Like. Scratch at the sand a little bit. Just can't reach, got an itch and just can't reach. Come on, scratch the little muscle. Yes, along the side of the tail. Oh look, there's a zebra. Touch of control. Can't roll forward. Move the zebras off a bit. Not much, just a little. Deep into the bush, down the road. This is our same family of zebra we often see. Stallion. You can see it. Let's in there. Something a jerk. Not a sound or a peep out of development. Pardon? I think they slapped their ears and flew away. Oh, there's a flower. It's jasmine creeper. Day, here's a flower for my ladies. Jasminium, the jasmine creeper. Jasminum, jasminium, jasminum. Jasminoides. Why would they break such a beautiful plant? Okay, a few more minutes just to get to the bottom of this road and see if the areas are come out on the river. Let's walk. getting dark earlier. However, in a few days, 4 days time, about 4. Maybe that's why we're getting this cloud, because it's building up to rain for full moon. There's our first quarter just above us. Day after first quarter yesterday. So we're 6 days from full moon. And it might bring some weather. Begin our quest once again. I don't know, we'll go up north. I don't know, we'll make a noise during the night, see what I can hear, and then might hear first thing in the morning. Never really plan to go anywhere in particular unless I hear something until I get out. So let's join us again for our morning, tomorrow morning. It's dark now, that's but from myself and my pragmatas on my hat, Becky on camera, and Brian, not Ryan, why is that Ryan? Ryan with a B, Mark with a C, Becky with a Y. Ryan. I'll think of something then, Ryan. All of us here at Wild Earth, everyone, thank you for joining. Thanks for your questions, thanks for your input and your patience. We're learning that to be patient with animals here at Thornybush. So we will see you again tomorrow. Take care.